Hello, everybody. Thank you very much for joining me today as I will be sharing everything and anything you need to know about getting a job with NGOs from start. You have no experience, no need to worry. You will be able to learn how do you get a job, the NGOs, how do you transition. Probably you are an experienced professional in another sector. Okay, there's an audio. Let me pause. Eh, Military, yes. So making sure that if you are a professional and you want to transition into the NGO world, if you are a fresh graduate, you have no experience, you just want to get into this field of NGOs, you're in the right place. I'm really excited. I know I've started a little bit early, like 10 minutes. I'll normally try to be able to try the tech. So let me know in the chat if you can hear me, you can see me, you can see the presentation. Let me pull it like this. We are okay. If so, do that in the chat. Let me know that you're ready as I also try to now notify everybody that we are up and running. So start dropping them in the chat as we get excited and ready to start off a session. I'm really excited. Yeah, are you excited as I am? Good. I can see already we have Burana saying, yes, everything is okay. You can hear me. I really appreciate it. Also, feel free to drop in the chat. Let me know where are you joining us from? What is your expectation for today's session? You're looking for a job. Thank you very much. I can see your contacts there. Hey, we are already running Toronto. I really appreciate that. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. These are the early people who come. Ahmed, karibu sana. Sarah Kamau, karibu sana. Give me a moment for me to notify everybody and anyone that we are already live, yeah? So keep dropping that in the chat. You know, I have so many communities, and I need to post and tell everybody now we're live. Please share this with your friends, with your neighbors, with your family. Post it in all the WhatsApp groups. Share. Tell them that we are now live. We are now live, ready to engage, yeah? And I think this is one of the greatest moments. If you really want to transition into this space, this is where you join us right away. Keep it coming, and I really appreciate it. Let me know where you're joining us from, what you are looking for out to learn. I'll be coming to all those comments right now. I'll be coming to all those comments in a short while. So we are streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, and like wherever. I think we are in those three places, not everywhere or whatever. LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook. Now the best place that you can join us and for me to be able to get to see your comments and everything is on LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube. YouTube is the best. YouTube is the best. Mariam, you're saying you're okay? Waiting to learn Karibu Sana. That means you can hear me, you can see the presentation. Where are you joining us from? Maria, I would want to know. Eze, we like to work in NGOs to be able to introduce to the community at large. I really appreciate that. And you're telling me you're joining me all the way in Kaduna State in Nigeria. Karibu Sana, welcome. This is going to be a great learning session, yeah? Wherever you are joining us from, please, can you drop that in the chat? Drop me in the chat. Let me know what you're looking out for. As in, yeah? I want to welcome everybody. Everybody. And also get a notebook and a pen. Clear all the distractions. In the next 5 minutes, we officially start. And if you're watching the replay, feel free to engage still in the conversation. But if you want, you can just skip the next 5 minutes where we officially start. Is that okay? So we can continue, yeah? Let us continue. Let me still check the comments. And by the way, if you're on LinkedIn, sometimes I'm not able to really get all the comments on LinkedIn on the platform. So if you can go to YouTube, that will be a much better platform for me to really know that you're there with you. That's okay. And this is going to be a great session. Oh, at least I can see more and more people connecting on LinkedIn. So Gerardo Costa, you're saying connect me NGO dealing with women empowerment and gender mainstreaming. With what I'm going to share with you today, you will see a pathway forward on how you can be able to get that. Is that okay? So Hannah, can you be joining us all the way in UAE? Welcome, Karibu Sana. Ahmed, you're saying I like such videos by you. I really appreciate. Thank you. Sarah, you're saying if you are in tech, you're hiring. Okay, it's good to see that already opportunities are being shared live here on the stream. This is quite empowering, and I'm happy to see that. Let me. I'm still trying to get everybody and everyone on board because it's going to be a great learning experience. Yeah. Kevin, it has been set up for me to get an interview in an NGO company, hoping to learn the do's and don'ts, and I am stuck. I would reach out watching from Nairobi. Kevin, I think we talked with you, yeah, the course of this week. I saw your missed call as I was coming home, so I didn't have time to respond to it. Sorry about that, but I'll get back to you, yeah. I have to get home, set up all these places for us to be able to get started. But I'll get back to you. Really appreciate that. Azez is saying, why is NGO very hard to get like other jobs? We will see. I'll share with you, yeah. Probably we'll be able to get something or two. David, all the way to Ghana, ready to learn. Karibu sana, I really appreciate. And share this conversation with everybody so that they can be able to join us here live. So I'm trying to close some of these windows so that I can focus on us here live. If you're on LinkedIn, by the way, I want to give you a link so that you can join me straight on YouTube. Because for me to pick the comments from LinkedIn, I have to open another tab and I need to read them, and sometimes not all the links are for comments come straight here. I haven't seen anyone on Facebook. If you're on Facebook, can you say hi? Can you say hi? I want to see somebody on, at least on Facebook. Yeah, to confirm that we are live in all those things. Niwel Panga on LinkedIn, you're saying you are an M&E specialist. You are ready to go. Yeah, probably I wouldn't see that unless I open LinkedIn separately, but I can't pull your comment. I can see Kevin Omodi on LinkedIn saying you're also ready. I appreciate that. Who else? Felix Guido on LinkedIn, you are in Mombasa following us. Thank you very much. Who else is here on LinkedIn? Okay, more and more coming in, and I appreciate. I put a link there. You can join straight on what you call it on YouTube. And by the way, when you are there at YouTube, I want to request, will you subscribe? That is the only way that you can be able to. That's not the only way. One of the ways that you can be able to support me. And as you have seen maybe on the videos, I've said 85% of the people who watch my videos have not yet subscribed to the channel. And I feel for me to be able to bring this content to you, this training for free, is when you subscribe, when I'm able to get that much bigger viewership, that I'm able to really provide resources for this channel to be coming live every Thursday, the whole of this year, giving you career training in all the different sectors. So it's just a small ask, and I will be very happy to see you at least subscribing. Yeah, make sure you subscribe. I'll be happy. Is that okay? 3 more minutes to go. Oh, actually, it's 1 more minute to go. Let me see who's here again. I am ready. What engineer opportunities? MCA Kelly, DV, Erusana, going to learn a lot. Deborah and Jerry saying hello. We were with you last week. I'm happy to see that again you're here. At least someone on Facebook saying, Owen, who guess is saying the music is loud. Oh, the music is too loud. Thank you for the feedback. Thank you for the feedback. Hopefully now it's a bit bearable, right? But you have not yet fully started, yeah? I just wanted to put that for entertainment. Lena saying, is it possible to move from private sector to NGO? Why is it hard? That question is going to be answered. And let me say first of all, yes, it is possible. And I'm going to give you 5 steps that you need to follow to be able to get there. And then from there, I'm going to put to you a challenge that you can be able to take up and see if it works for you. That's okay. I really appreciate that. Yeah. So we have 1 more minute to go. I need to close down things here. Let me stop the music so that we can officially start. But hey, have you invited your friends? Have you invited everybody? Have you shared in all? If you're on the WhatsApp group, I've already told people that you are ready to go. And I think let's get Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. I really appreciate you taking your time and joining me today in this training where I'll be sharing with you how you can be able to transition from private sector, from maybe manufacturing or government or whichever sector that you're in and join the humanitarian world, NGO jobs. The 5 steps that I'm going to take you through, and I'm looking forward you learning and also engaging in this conversation. So if you're ready to get started, drop me the chat and say, yes, I'm ready. As you'll have noticed, this is going to be a very interactive conversation. I normally like to engage with you so that you can be active, you can be able to retain most of the information that I teach you. So in the chat, I want to know if you're ready. Drop that and say you are ready as I get to my presentation. 3, 2 things. I want to see banking to NGOs. Yes, you can be able to get that. That is Christine Wanjala. Abdi Hakim, and I'm happy to be here. Thank you very much. Emmanuel, you are confirming that you are ready. I can see MCA TV say you're ready. David is ready. Eric is ready. Maria, you're saying you're ready. Thank you. Abdi Karim, you're ready. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. And so I am really excited to take you through this training. Yeah, I've been looking forward the whole day for this specific session. So we are here to learn how do you transition to NGO jobs, securing an NGO job, even if you are a beginner. And you can be a beginner because you are trying to transition from your field. You're already experienced professional, but getting into the NGO world, you're a beginner. Or you can also be a beginner in the sense that you have just graduated. You don't have much of experience. So you're starting off looking for a job. How do you get there? Everything is going to be covered in this training session. And I want to start by saying that I got this quote here from Christine Kane saying, sometimes when you are in a dark place, you think you have been buried, but you have actually been planted. And if you are in a space where you're feeling like things are not really working out, I am trying to look for a job left, right, center, and nothing seems to be coming out. I think I've been buried. I can't be seen. I have some good news for you. You have just been planted. And it is when you are in that dark place that you grow stronger, you become resilient, and finally you pop up and grow and become much bigger. So do not be discouraged. I've already seen some comments, people saying that it is difficult to get into NGOs. It is competitive, not difficult, or it is not that it is impossible. It's just competitive, and knowing what I'm going to teach you today, the 5 steps that you need to follow, will actually give you some insight and you can see some doors opening. Now, I also want to mention, if you're meeting me for the very first time, I think it is important for me to introduce myself so that you can get to know who is this guy talking to you. My name is Daniel Mutuku. I am the founder of Career Point Solutions. And over the last 12 years, I have been blessed that I've been in a position to work with recruiters, to work as a career advisor, also as a career coach. In addition to that, I am a certified digital marketer by Google. I am a member of several organizations, but one of them that I'm really proud of is being a member of the League of Young Professionals, also known as LYP. Why should I come and talk to you this evening? I have authored several books. How to conquer the year ahead, make the next 12 months your best year ever. And It is important for you. By the way, we are just starting the year. You can be able to grab that book for free. Let me see if I have that link. Write this down somewhere. careerpoint.co.ke/free book. You'll be able to get that book, Conquer the Year Ahead, and make the next 12 months your best year ever. If you follow the instruction, if you take time to reflect and put your goals down and follow what I've shared, you will say, thank God I bumped into this live broadcast and I've learned a lot. The second book I've done is The Ultimate Cover Letter Guide, 101 Sample Cover Letters for All Professionals. If you're applying for a job, you will need one. You can get also that for free. I hope I can be able to get that comment. There's a comment that came in here, and it was from Christine. Hopefully you are not saying baking, yeah? Hopefully you're talking about banking, yeah? Can I move from banking to NGOs? There's a book there for you. I have written, and I'm giving it for you free, yeah? It's called How to Quit Your Banking Job and Transition to NGOs, the UN, and the UN jobs, yeah? And if you just want to change your career, probably you're in this sector, you want to go to another sector, or you want to go to another industry or to another company, there is also a book for you. So these are several books. Everything I do is try to help you. And that's why I do write these books and also put them out there for free. And I also want to say our mission here at Career Point Solutions. I work with Career Point Solutions. Our mission is to make people more employable and to increase their earning potential. And I can assure you, just coming in and watching this video, by the end of this training, you will become more employable in the NGO sector. And once you get a job in the NGO sector, I can assure you, you will have increased your earning potential. You will be able to earn more. And that is what I always stand for. So you cannot waste this opportunity. And I want to get straight into the session. Everybody, are we good? Are we good? Yeah, Christine, I noticed it was a typo, but don't worry. We are okay. It is this, we are doing it. We're trying to listen. We're trying to manage. Everything will be okay. So are we ready to get into it? I want to go to the 5 steps. Are you ready? Let me take some water here as I read some of your comments coming in. Oh, there's already one here. Anybody hiring? I got experience in women empowering, living, livelihood, and education. Okay, Dorcas. Probably I saw somebody saying, yeah, they're hiring, but it was in tech space, yeah? But don't worry. So before I get into the 5 steps, drop something in the chat. Let me know you're ready, and then we get started. And by the way, create time for yourself. Get at least a notebook. I'm about to go very fast, and I don't want to leave you behind. So is that okay? I know they will be coming in, so good to go. I'm good to go. Are we good to go? So step number 1, if you really want to transition into the NGO world, it is for you to understand how NGOs operate. Just like any other business, NGOs, they have all these departments or these sectors. They have accounting, they have management, some have fundraising, operations, marketing, logistics, public relation, business development, human relation, product development, legal, IT, you name it, human resource, everything. And this is to assure you that whichever career path that you have taken, whichever position or experience you have, it is still valuable in the NGO world. Don't feel as if you're restricted because, oh, I did my degree in education. Can a teacher really get a job in NGOs? Yes, and I will show you how. Don't feel restricted. Oh, I'm in banking. I did finance. What is my role in NGOs? There's still a department for you. And again, understanding also what kind of, what is their mission? What are they out there to do will really guide you. Now, I just picked some examples here. I went to the UN Careers website, and I know I talk a lot about NGO jobs and UN, and question is, do you really understand how it works? So the career options from their page, there are these 5 main categories that they say. These are the different categories of staff at the United Nations. professional and higher category. This is what they call grade D and P and D. There's general service and related categories. There's national professional officers, there's field officers, and also there's senior appointment. If you scroll down, you will be able to even read in details who fall in this category called professional and higher category. They need language professionals. They also have option. There's this young professionals program. Are you just starting out? Do you meet the criteria or what they are looking for? They have another program they call Junior Professional Officer Program, Field Service, National Professional Officers, General Service and related category. There's consultants and individual contractors. Yeah, I think I've done also another video talking about how you can be a contractor or a consultant. They have the internship program, they have the volunteering program, they have temporary jobs, they have senior appointment jobs. It is you to take time to read through and now say, where do I fit in? The first step is you understanding how they operate. I did another, I was still doing my research. Save the Children is another NGO. And as you see, these are the jobs that they have listed, but something that can guide you. Look at this section where they talk about departments. They have a department of advocacy, campaigns, and policy. They have a department for business support, business transformation, finance, funding, human resource, monitoring, evaluation, accountability, and learning. They have a department of program operations, program development and quality, security, and supply chain. So if you're in procurement, if you are in logistics, do you see where you fall? So really understand what they're looking out for. I also took this screenshot today as I was doing my research for the presentation. World Vision is another big international NGO. These are the different sections that they have, or we can call them departments: advocacy, child participation, child protection, child rights and equality, clean water, climate change. I think I saw somebody commented and say they are water engineer or something. Yeah. Disaster management, economic department, economic development. There's education. Are you a teacher? Are you in the education space? NGO World Vision has some space for you. Emergencies, faith and development. Are you? Did you take theology? Can you see how you can fit in? Food assistance. Did you do food technology? Are you in that line? Social responsibility, peace building, nutrition, health. I don't know which are these down here. It might be abundant. I need to check, but go to their website, see these departments. So the first step, before I go to the second step, is to really get yourself familiar with how the NGOs operate. You can decide to do an overview, like I just picked 3, the UN, there's Save the Children, and also World Vision. You can decide, probably there are certain NGOs that you're really aligned to, or you really want to join them. Do some research, just go to their website, see how do they operate, what departments do they have, and how do I fall in. And I can assure you, irrespective of whichever course, irrespective of whichever experience you have, you can find yourself a place. Probably not in one NGO, the other. Probably not in all of them, but 1 or 2 will still be able to accommodate you with your experience, with your skills, with your qualification, with your certification. Are we together? So that is step number 1, understanding how they operate. Then we go to step number 2. What do you want? And I'll pause and ask you that question. What do you want? Are you clear on what you want? And I'll show you how this falls into place in this job search or transition to NGOs. Find out, ask yourself some of these questions. What do you want to achieve as an individual in your career line? What would you want to achieve? What are you passionate about? What really excites you? What are some, because in the line of work, there are some things you do that really excite you and some things that just suck the energy out of you. So what really excites you? What kind of impact would you want to see in the world? What kind of change do you want to be part of? And say, I am proud that I was part of this change in the world. Is it environment? Is it climate change? Is it empowering women and children? Is it, ask yourself, what kind of impact would you want to see? What would you like to spend your life doing? And this is important because most people wake up, they dread waking up, going to a job they hate, and they spend a bigger chunk of their life between, I don't know, 25 to about 60 by the time they're retiring, doing things they don't like, they hate, or they don't enjoy. And by the time they get to retirement, they're like, I'm just looking forward to retirement. That shouldn't be you. So do a little bit of self-reflection and answer some or all of these questions. Then from there, the reason why this is important is that when you take time to understand what motivates you and what will give you job satisfaction, when you take that time, you are most likely to get the right fit job. Take time, understand what motivates you and what gives you job satisfaction. Because I believe we all have a calling. And if we find our calling and we are working within that space that we are called to do, we don't have any problem with motivation. We don't have a problem with job satisfaction. We are right in what we were called to do. So that is really important. This will help you to narrow down and say, let me start looking for NGOs that work probably with children, that work with refugees. I find myself more inclined in the education section. I want to be associated with NGOs that deal with something to do with the environment, girls and women, vulnerable groups like maybe orphans or people who are not well off economically, victims of war. Probably you're passionate about animals, so you'll be inclined to look for jobs in NGOs that deal with animals, people with disabilities, or elderly people. This is very important because I don't believe we just look for a job for the sake of looking for a job. It is important for us to do something that really matters. And only when you are able to get to that point where you're doing something that matters, I can tell you payment is not an issue, motivation is not an issue. You can do something for free because you're passionate about, but I'm not talking about you getting a job for free. Imagine being paid, doing what you love, and having an impact in the world at the same time. Wouldn't that be lovely? Imagine being paid doing what you love. That is what I am focusing on. So, before I go to step number 3, so far, is anything clicking for you? Are you feeling that at least now we are in a path? You can start asking yourself, what do I really want? Are you seeing that there's an opportunity for you out there? It is probably you being able to identify what you want. Have you had a light bulb moment so far? By the way, I would want to know. And that is why I say this is usually a very interactive session. So I removed a disk Kidogo and then see what. Are you getting some light bulb moments? How are you feeling? Cynthia, thank you very much. You're saying you're ready. You're following through in LinkedIn. Mariam, you're saying you're ready. Oh, this is the first question. Momo Judith, thank you very much for being there consistent. I said this year I'm going to do every week. This is the 3rd live session that I'm having. I am seeing you there. And yes, we are going to work to make sure you get that job. Rosaline, you're saying you're ready. Thank you. Kevin, you're saying you're ready. Is it making sense for you? Okay. And your jobs are most contracts kindly addressed if for people leaving PP jobs or permanent jobs. I think it's a question for you to ask yourself. Are you willing to leave these permanent and pensionable jobs to do something on contract and I'm able to fulfill myself? And I'm able to find that I'm doing what I was called. And the other thing I would also mention is that someone is calling to confirm that it is me. I'm live. Yes, it is me. Please. I can't pick the call now. Sorry. Just a minute. Yeah. And the other thing you will see is that with these contract jobs, the reason why they pay well is because they're on contract. This is not forever. And some of the permanent and pensionable jobs, they might not be paying very well, but you know you'll be there like almost forever or until you retire. So it is up to you to decide, is this something that I'm willing to do the balancing for? Yeah. I think I saw another. Whoa, well said. Thank you, Christine. I think I saw something else. I did making sense. And if you have any question, feel free to drop the questions there. I will have an Q&A session towards the end, and you will see the value of waiting until you hear the Q&A. Actually, I've already some questions that have already been asked that will even give you some ideas. Yeah, I have tried to apply for children work from NGOs for several times without avail. You're in the right place. You will be able to do that. Get these jobs. Yeah. So Rosalie, thank you for joining me. Now let me continue here. Oh, I need to pull this fast up. Yeah, but I have not seen any comments. Is it making sense? Oh, comments are here. Sorry, let me just read them. Any NGO, I did a statistic. Thank you, Sylvia. We will get to that. Following Kinley, very ready. Doreen, thank you. Why are most NGOs, why do they need degrees while most of us have diplomas? By the way, not all of them need a degrees. Not all of them. There's some that still need diploma, but it depends with the position also. I used to run series, and actually I can share a video on how you can be able to get a job with NGOs even without a degree or master's. Yeah. This, allow me to pause here and say this. Probably, MCA Kelly, I'm going to be a bit hard on you, but I want you to take this with a lot of love. I'm saying this with love, and I am trying to also help you. Probably, this is a story that you have been telling yourself. And that story makes up the excuse why probably you do not apply for as many as you should or look for NGOs as you should, because at the end of it, they look for people with degrees. Is that really true? Is it all NGOs? I can see you're saying most jobs, but is it, what is most jobs? And those ones that don't ask for degree, have you applied for them? Have you done the due diligence? Have you done the application correct? Do we have people who are working with NGOs, even in certain senior positions, that don't have a degree? So I want to challenge you to change that story and start seeing what is possible. And later on, as I discuss, I can jump several steps into my presentation, but still I would say, if that is so, because at some point you will need to do some analysis and ask yourself, is this degree the only thing that is holding me back? If so, how then do I get it and start seeing what is possible for you? So probably this is a story you've been telling yourself. Stop telling yourself that story and flip the script and see what is possible with what you have in your hands. Is it Moses who, for those who are religious, I think I don't remember exactly the story in the Bible, but I think God asked him, what do you have in your hands? And he had a staff, and he was told, use that. We all have something at our disposal, and that is what we can use to start the journey. It might not be adequate. It might be the diploma is not adequate to get to that dream job, to that senior position, but it can get you inside there and then use what is in your hands. Hope you got it, right? Yes. I like sometimes going off script, and this is the coaching. I do coaching, I do mentorship, and this is how I help you get off such mindsets and beliefs that and stories that we have been telling ourselves that hold us back. All you have said is so true. Thank you very much, Owen. Two more. Eric, you're saying really eye-opening for NGO jobs. I appreciate that. Or today we have several Erics. This is really helpful, brother Mutuku. Keep it up. Yes, let's continue then, yeah? Let's continue. And by the way, Kelly, was that helpful? Has that given you some light bulb? Or have you seen probably a space that is an opportunity for you to grow as you think about it, yeah? Let me know in the chat. Step number 3. Now, we have understood how these NGOs operate. We have looked at their departments. We have seen what they do. We have done some self-reflection. We have asked ourselves, what is it that we want? What motivates us? What kind of NGOs do we want to work with? Then the next thing is to find out what you have versus what is needed. Yeah, what is needed. I think there was some typo there. What is needed, right? And Eric, also this part really would answer your question. So the first thing, when you're reflecting, what do I have? What do I have? First thing is, do a skills assessment. What skills do you have? The thing that is going to make you valuable in the marketplace is the kind of skills you have. We have soft skills. These are skills that cut across all the kind of professions. If you're engineering, you are accountant, you are things like communication, leadership, communication, did I say that? Presentation, time management. These are soft skills. Then we have hard skills. You're an accountant doing accounting stuff. You are an IT person doing that IT thing. You are, which other field? Teaching. You are human resource, public relation. Those are the hard skills. Ask yourself, what do I have? What kind of skills do I have? Yeah. The other area you can look at, what are my strengths and what are my weaknesses? What can I say I am bringing on board? This is what I'm really good at. When I get to do this, I put very little effort and I excel. What are my weaknesses? What are some of the things that are holding me back? How can I outsource? How can I minimize my weaknesses? That is what you have. You really need to do that. Also, what do you have? What are you bringing on board? It is the experience. And we have both formal experience, and this is where things really get interesting. There's formal experience. I've worked in company A, B, C, D in this role. This is what I was doing. I have 2, 3, 5, 10 years of experience. But then we also have what we call informal experience. And when it comes to NGOs, this really plays a big part. It is how you communicate it. Informal experience would be something like, have you worked as a volunteer? Have you worked in a community? Have you been a leader of women ministry in church? Have you been helping in a certain children's home? Have you interacted with maybe people who have maybe victims of war, refugees? Have you volunteered, even if it's a few hours? Yeah. This informal experience, you should be able to really think through and see what areas in your life. Have you been a leader? Have you been, even in your social life, maybe you are, I don't know, a youth leader or a football captain or whatever things that you do, and then see, how can I craft a story and communicate this as valuable information? Because I want to get a job in this NGO that, let's say, deals with children or women, girls and women. I think World Vision is a big one in that space, but I volunteered in this community where I've been serving this and this. I was in whichever. Think about anything and see, how can I put this informal experience in a more professional way, and then it will give me an edge. You get it? So experience, both formal and informal, is very important. Also, when you're asking yourself, now, this is what I have, what is needed? What is needed on the other side? Key skills, competencies, qualifications, and experience. Where do you get this information? It is from the job description. And I'm going to do a simple demonstration, yeah, and do a bit of analysis. Now, this is a job for an administrative assistant, which is a G5 position, UNEP. It is an old position, and I did that intentionally just to show you that even if there is no vacancy in your space right now, you can still use previous jobs that have been posted to do this section of it. So you can see it's it was posted in October to November 2023. So let me switch my screen here and share that job, how it has been posted. Yeah. Here we go. So this is the job that was posted on our website. And so we are trying to analyze and see what is it that they are looking for. So this is an administrative assistant job. I can read through the responsibilities. And so this is what is needed. Someone who can provide support on divisions, human resource management, someone who can provide support in general administration. Then it is there in details, what that involves, competencies. They're looking for someone who is professional, ability to perform a broad range of administrative functions, budgeting, human resource, database management, all that. Another competency, they're looking for accountability, someone who is able to take ownership of all responsibilities and honor commitments. They're also looking someone who is client oriented. Consider all those to whom service are provided to be clients and seek to see things from client's point of view. And it is there in details. In terms of qualification, what is it that they want? Completion of a high school diploma or equivalent, training in administration, general office support, and related areas. They have now, when it comes to experience, someone with a responsible experience in finance, budget, administrative services, someone with some experience in data analytics or related field is desired. For languages, they want English and French. And they also say, please note, these are the two main UN languages. Fluency is important. You can be able to read, write, and speak, understand, all that. And then there will be an assessment. So if you are in that space of admin jobs, you can look and say, do I fit into this? Yeah. And don't only look for one job. Do the same for a job. Maybe you are a procurement person. What does a procurement person in UN need to have? What does a procurement person in Save the Children, World Vision, ACT, Concern, Plan, all those NGOs, yeah? Just, I'm saying as they come on top of my head. Do some analysis. See, what is it that they have? Once you do that, let me get back now to my presentation. Yeah. So once you are able to see what is it that they want, then ask yourself, do I have that kind of skill? Do I have those competencies? Do I have those qualifications? Then how do you communicate that to them? That is the most important bit. And this is where most people miss out. Like the informal experience, very few people are able to communicate that to their employers because they don't know how to do it. And this is what I call career hacking. There are four main things that you will need to communicate your value. And these are some of the services that we also offer. Number one, you communicate that using a professional CV, not just any other CV, but a professional CV. Check in my channel on YouTube, just search professional CV, Daniel Mutuku. You'll see what is the difference between a normal CV or just a CV and a professional CV. You are able to communicate your value, that this is what you're looking for. I have it, using a cover letter. And more specifically, for those jobs on when you're applying, you need to have it right there on your cover letter. The other place that you use to communicate your value is LinkedIn. How is your LinkedIn profile? Is it professionally done? If someone is doing job hunting and they've landed on your LinkedIn profile, what will they see? Is it able to communicate that value, what they are looking for, the competencies, the qualification, the skills? Are they able to see that? And if probably you do your application right, you're invited for an interview. When you still go to an interview, are you still able to communicate your value? So these four things is what you need to have in your job search toolkit: a professional CV, cover letter, LinkedIn profile, and interview coaching. And I think I have done several videos talking about the value of this, maybe one for each session. So here I'll pause and say this. If you really want to be good at communicating your value, I want to invite you to send us your CV for a free review. So number one, we offer free CV review, but on top of that, we also offer professional CV writing. And these are our packages. If this is your first time to be with us, Allow me to put this link. Yeah, write this down. Go submit your CV at careerpoint.co.ke/CV review. We will review your CV and then we'll tell you this is what needs to be done. And if you want us to write a professional CV for you, these are the packages that we normally have. The basic package will give you a professional CV and sample cover letters. The price will range between 1,000 Kenya shillings to about 3,000, or $10 to about $30. We will tell you in your case, this is how much it will cost. To the advanced, let's say the standard package, you get a professional CV, sample cover letter, and a LinkedIn profile guide. Charges will range 2,000 Kenya shillings to about 6,000 Kenya shillings. In dollars, because I know I have international audience here, about $20 to about $60, yeah? And advance, if you want to go to the advanced package, it will range again 3,000 to 6,000 Kenya shillings, or $30 to $60. But we can communicate that. The first thing, it starts by you submitting your CV for a free review. We'll give you the review free of charge, but if you want to proceed with professional CV writing, that is the discussion that we can be able to have, yeah? Hopefully, I thought it was good for me to mention that as I proceed. So you have understood what they want. You have also looked at what you have, and you can be able to offer that, then communicate it the right way. Then step number 4. Before I go to step number 4, let me pause for a minute here and ask, how are we faring on? We have 2 more steps to go. So we will be out here in good time, yeah? We will be out in good time. Oh, I can see more and more comments coming in. I'll not be able to read all of them. What? But I'll respond right away, yeah? Thank you, MC Kelly, for saying, yeah, you have opened my eyes. I really appreciate that. Patrick, you're saying they almost insist on NGO experience. That is step number 5. I'll tell you where you can get that experience. Do you know you can manufacture experience? And I'm not saying lie. Hang on in there, Patrick. I'll tell you where you get that experience. Is that okay? In most NGOs, how can you, this question, do you a relative or friend working with us? Okay, I don't understand, or probably you're asking, do you have a friend or relative working with us? I don't understand that clearly. Probably I take on this. I have a finance experience in private sector. How easy can I shift to NGOs? You can. I've told you, I'll tell you where you get the experience, yeah? Good. We are faring on well. Thank you for the feedback. You're saying, I am a compassion. Sure, I can assist. Okay, I think it was another conversation. I'm not so sure. But anyway, let me go on. Sometimes I really get excited when I'm reading your comments, especially to see that conversation and engagement going on. But let me very quickly finish step number 4. Step number 4, get the most valuable skills. Now, what you realize, and this is a secret I'm stealing for you, most NGOs do run programs, and there are certain valuable skills that they are looking for. You might be an accountant with your skills, you might be a finance expert, as you say, but there are certain skills when you get, it becomes easy to transition to the NGOs. And that is one of the reasons that we here at Career Point Solutions, we offer these courses. These are online certifications that we offer. That is project management, project monitoring and evaluation, strategic management and leadership, fundraising and resource mobilization. With this kind of skills, getting a job with NGO becomes easy. And I'll prove to you. Now, you can get one of these certification. They are done online. The total cost is 24,999, or you can pay in 3 monthly installment. We can discuss about that, how you can join. If you're international, again, it is in US dollars, just 249, and you pay through PayPal or your card. Let me prove to you that this works. Now, this is a conversation that took place this week. Is it this week or yes, this week or towards the end? Look here. This is January 12, 2024. That should be, is it this week or last week? Around, I think it is Friday. Yes, last week on Friday. We are here live on this lady called Joanne Cherotich saying, hello, Daniel. I did project management, monitor evaluation back in 2021. She was asking for her certificates. I told her, hello, Joanne, find attach your certificate. So I sent the certificate. That was at 2, I sent at 3. Then comes Sunday. Was it Sunday? Saturday? I think so. I'm losing my count, but you can check. On 14th, this is what she said. Hello, Daniel. I can't thank you enough for your prompt reply. You saved the interview. I am very glad to let you know that I got the job as a finance administrative assistant. I will be reporting on 16th January. Thank you so much. She reported this week on Monday. As in, when I was preparing my presentation, I was like, I didn't cook this up. I mean, it just fell in my lap. And that is to show you there are certain skills that are of very much value. And if you get them, getting a job with the NGOs become super easy. And this is just proof. And there's so many other emails that I normally get of people who say, yeah, you helped me. I did that certification. It made the difference. And finally, once you have been able to identify the skills they are looking for, you have gotten those valuable skills. Now, the next thing is to get experience. And you can be able to get that experience through volunteering. And this is one of the best ways. I'm looking for that comment. Patrick, where do you get the experience? This is where you get the experience. And I'll just show you, it is so simple. Something that you can start doing this week, like from tomorrow, and get the experience, right? So you find that most NGOs, by far, the most common method of gaining sustainable or suitable experience for work in NGOs is by simply volunteering for one. By far, the most common method of gaining suitable experience for work in an NGO is by simply volunteering for one. And I can tell you, you'll ask, where do I get this volunteer? Sometimes these volunteering opportunities, it might be just several hours that you volunteer. It doesn't need to be like a full-time job. It can be 1 hour per week. And you just put it in your CV in a way that shows I've been volunteering in this community or in this NGO or in this space. And that shows you have the experience. You know how it works. Now, I'll give you a personal story. I tried to look for a photo way back when I was starting looking for a job. And I don't know if you've heard of this story of how I got my first job. Now, I had come for an interview here in Nairobi, and it was a teaching job through this organization called Regiotech that had a program called Computer for Schools Project. They were looking for computer teachers. And I remember getting to the interview. I came in early, but the person who was interviewing me came a bit late. And the secretary decided, let me interview this person. It seemed the boss is coming very late. I can't see him. The moment she was about to organize now for the interview, the boss came in. And when the boss came in, said, I'm sorry, I was late. Where's that interviewer? It was me. Come in. I follow him into the office. Halfway into the office, he turns around, looks at me, and asks me, have you taught? No, he asked me, can you teach? And I said, yes, I can teach. He looked at me and said, are you sure you can teach? I told him, I have taught before and I can teach. He ended up calling the secretary and asked, do you know this person? No. This guy just got a job. And that is how he was telling me I got a job. So, had I taught before? Yes. Was it on an official setting? Not really. Guess what? Immediately I finished my Form 4, I taught my mom computers. So if he asked, where did you teach computers? Probably I would have told him, I taught my mom. Do you see the difference? When I finished my college, I volunteered in it was like a children's home, but they were also running school, whereby I would go there 2 hours per week or 3 hours or even an hour per day to help with the children. It was a children's home, to clean them, to guide them, to supervise them. And I would teach the basic maths or science, my area. And that, if I was asked, where did you get your experience teaching? That was it. It was not the formal experience that I'm talking of, But it is that volunteering that gave me that confidence to look my former boss, Mr. George Owiti, straight into the eye and told him that I have taught before and I can teach. And that is how I got my job. Does it start making sense? So can you be able to document? And in today's day and age, it is easy to create a portfolio and document your experience and your volunteering 2 hours, 3 hours in a week, or even 1 hour per week. And if you do it consistently, 1 month, 2 months down the line, you will have the confidence to put in your CV that you have experience. You have volunteered with ABCD NGO. Does that make sense? Hopefully it does. So I thought it would be good just to share my personal story. As much as I was not getting a job in an NGO, this was a project and I ended up getting the job. So I was trying to look for a photo when I was back. I don't know if this the time I was still working there, but probably then. About 2009, yeah? Not 14 years ago. Whoa, it's been a while, yeah? NGOs are always looking for volunteers, eager to learn and who are committed to their work. Do you know NGOs, they are looking for volunteers because they have so much on their plate. They might not be able to pay everyone, but in any NGO, especially international organizations, they're looking for volunteers. When I went to this children's home, I don't know, they did have a position. They had children, they had limited staff, and when they had that there's some extra hands coming in, they were very much willing to welcome me. And that is how I started off. So how do I know that NGOs are looking for volunteers? They have a dedicated website, like the UN have a dedicated website for UN volunteers. And if you go to UN volunteers, that is, I think, unv.org, you get all the information. How do you volunteer? You can be able to volunteer online. You can be able to volunteer on site. You can also be able to volunteer abroad. Think, where are you at? What are your commitments? Are you currently working? Can you be able to volunteer a few hours? Check what the UN has to offer in terms of volunteership. Another one, these are, when I'm doing research, just website, children, Save the Children, how to volunteer with Save the Children. They have a whole website with a lot of content on how you can be able to be a volunteer. And this is to confirm to you that they are always looking for volunteers. Have you tried to volunteer? Maybe a few hours a week and get that experience and be able to communicate that you have worked there. That is the most important thing. Is that okay? So allow me just to pause here and let you know, you can be able to get most of this information. We have WhatsApp community. As much as it grows and we have reached the limit, but some people leave and we are able to get space. So I want you to write that down. Join our WhatsApp community. Just go to careerpoint.co.ke/WhatsApp. On your browser, it will direct you straight on our WhatsApp group. You can join. And because WhatsApp normally has limits on how big the group can be, we are now moving to Telegram. So if you don't have a Telegram app, download it just for the purpose of you getting a job. And the good thing with Telegram, we can have a group up to 200,000 people. So I don't know if we can really max that, but yes, go to careerpoint.co.ke/Telegram. So just write that down. You can easily do that on your phone, on the browser, and then it will direct you to the app itself. And if you don't have, you can just download for the purposes of you getting a job. This is a group where people ask questions. You get experts who will provide some answers. I usually jump in to answer questions. People share opportunities. People are able to engage, and you'll be able to learn more and more. Is that okay? Also, I want to say this. I run several career coaching programs. And if you're really feeling stuck, if you really don't know how to jump from private or from whatever you're doing into the NGO world, I invite you to join me in the Career Jumpstart Coaching Challenge. It's a coaching challenge where I am going to assure you that through this challenge, it will take your career to the next level. You can still get in touch with me. By the way, let me share my email if you want to know more about that. And then I'm going to answer your questions. We have a Q&A session coming in. So And before I, by the way, go to the questions, because I have already seen there is, was it a question here? And I have a special offer for you. And this I will remove the moment I will get this recording. We will cut. Please share about the certifications again. Let me share with you. And if you want to join, I have a special offer for you. Christine, thank you for showing interest. Now, this is the special offer. It's what we call sign up for one and get one free. So we have 4 certifications. You can sign up for one certification and you get the second one absolutely free. And on top of the certification, I'm going to offer you professional CV writing, sample cover letters, LinkedIn profile guide, and interview coaching. And for you to take advantage of this special offer, I want you to just make the first deposit, $9,999. If you're an international person, just make the first installment of $99.99 US dollars and you join. So these are the certifications. Again, there's project management, there's project monitoring and evaluation, there's strategic management and leadership, fundraising and resource mobilization. So you say, I just want one, and you choose the second one for free. Most of people, but it depends also with your line, will go for project management and project monitoring evaluation. And you strategically position yourself for these jobs because you have the most valuable skills, you have the experience, you have what they want, then it's how you communicate it. Now you have 2 choices. Now that you know this, first choice is, I was trying to think what the price would be, but I said, let me not go cheap. Let me just ask for a slightly higher investment in you so that you can be able, I can guarantee again your success. So I want you to take action. How is it that I'm very confident that this works? This is an email I got from a lady called Njogu, yeah? This is what she said. In a span of 2 months, I have managed to get 4 interviews from very reputable international NGOs, such as ILRI, 1 Acre, among others. I can't read everything, but you can pause and read later on. But the key thing here, I am now confident that applying for jobs in the UN agencies, and honestly, I am hopeful and confident that that is my next employer. For quite a long, I hadn't been receiving interviews invitation. It is no longer the case. Going through the coaching program, doing these courses, it just changed her reception with the NGOs. Yeah, within a short 2 months, 4 interviews. What would that do for you if it was you? Yeah. So here's the offer again. Sign up for one, get one free. That is SOGO. Sign up for one, get one free. Make that first deposit. If you make it, by the way, if you are here live. Oh, people ask me, how long will this offer be? I want you to get in touch with me. But if you're able to pay when we are here live, I can assure you tomorrow morning we'll set up the online learning account for you and you get started. The till number is 715732. Make that first deposit. But if you can do that and notify me, I don't have the till number here, but I can be able to get in touch. If you're international, you want to pay through LinkedIn or through PayPal or using a card, drop me an email. I'll send you the link how you can be able to make that payment. If you want to take up the offer, that's my email address. Yeah, get in touch with me right away. Next week on Thursday, I'll be doing another training telling you why your CV has always been thrown in the trash. Have you been applying for jobs over and over and you're wondering what is happening to me? Why are my CVs being thrown to the trash? That is what I will be covering next week. So you better join our communities either on WhatsApp, though that would max up. The best I would say is join us on Telegram and be notified every time you're going live. So I want to answer some of your questions. I want to get to the Q&A session, and I'm really excited to answer your questions. And I can see there are many. Hopefully, I'll be able to go through all of them. But before you're going to go there, this is the importance of you staying through the Q&A session. Because in the Q&A session, some people ask questions that you had not thought of, and it becomes a light bulb moment for you. Probably that is the one single combination that you needed to unlock your lock. So don't take for granted that we have finished the training. Now we are going to Q&A. What value is it going to add to me? Stay long enough. As you post your questions in the comments, I want to bring in these two questions. Already had received this question. So this is a question from Zippy. This is from our WhatsApp community. She asked, hello, Daniel, is it okay to apply for a job where you do not have the required years of experience, but you have all the relevant documents and qualification? And my answer is yes, it is okay for you to go ahead and apply. My advice is, if you read a job description, if you read the JD, ask yourself, is this JD describing me? If yes, go ahead and apply. If no, but it is describing you 70%, at least 70%, that is you, go ahead and apply. So for Zippy, if the only thing you don't have is that level of experience, maybe you have 3 years of experience and they're looking for 5, go ahead and apply. You will be surprised how many you get. Again, this is a personal story. I remember when I was still looking for a job, I had applied for this job. I was surprised they called me for an interview. I had no experience in sales and marketing, but they still called me for an interview. Why? Because they looked at my qualification. They saw I had the technical knowledge, but I hadn't done any sales. I didn't get that job because I didn't even know how to sell myself during that interview. I was that bad. Back to 208 or 201, back then, yeah? So don't hesitate. Sometimes they get the qualified person with those experience, but they are not able to pay them, so they fall back to someone who has that. This is the reason why I was saying it is important to stay. So this happened in the group. Jackie asked, hello, I need to upgrade my CV to ATS friendly. Who can help me with that? Of course, we do. I can help her. We do CVs that are ATS friendly. Then Shazia Malik asked, what does ATS mean? Had he not been in the community, he wouldn't have known that there's something called ATS friendly CVs. I went ahead and explained to him, is it him or her? And they were able to get the value. ATS stands for Application Tracking System. And that is what NGOs and recruiters are using. So is your CV ATS friendly? Send your CV for a free review. Now, let me pick the questions that are here. And that is showing you the value of staying even through the Q&A sessions. I don't know where I can start here. Let me try and get. Hopefully, we'll be through within 10 minutes in this session. I have experience in private sector. Is it easy to shift? I'll say yes, it is. And hope what I've shared with you has already given you some insights on how to get there. Is that okay? Do you have a relative working with us? How can you answer such questions from the NGO portal application? It's either yes or no. Again, being honest is very important. Yeah. If there's room for explaining, yes, this is my aunt, my relative, but you don't need to lie hoping that they will get you'll get the job. The worst thing is when you get the job only to realize that you had lied on some things. So it's a simple yes or no kind of question there. How can someone who did diplomacy land in NGOs? Look at the different NGOs. What positions or departments do they have? I'm sure there is, in diplomacy is about international relations and all that. And UN Secretariat would be a good place, but you can see the different career options they have. Yeah. But most of NGOs want experience in the same sector, but a few want experience from different sectors, unless it's a big one like UN. Can you volunteer in a sector that you are interested in? Just a few hours and communicate it with a lot of confidence, yeah? Where an NGO invites you for a physical interview that has been scheduled for 10 minutes only, what should you anticipate for as a candidate? Be an administrative role. Probably they want to know more about you. I do share some of the common interview questions to be asked. Check our channel or one of the communities, yeah, on WhatsApp or Telegram. Ask the question in Telegram. I'll send you all the questions, yeah, common questions. And it will take less than 10 minutes. Tell us about yourself. Why should we hire you? What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? How much should we pay you? Do you have any questions for us? Such questions. they are just starting to know about you. So I can share how you can answer all of that. This was very good. Okay. I thought the class starts at 7:30, seems already started. Probably the timing might be different. That is 7:30 East African time, but don't worry. The replay is on the channel. And the good thing, you're on YouTube, yeah? You can still go back and watch the replay. Is that okay? Share about the certification. I think I've done that. I would love NGOs to volunteer for fundraising. Yeah, that can be a good place. Share your email. Okay. Where is my email? Hopefully you write it quick or take a screenshot. Daniel@careerpoint.co.ke. The questions. I think we're faring on okay. I want to venture in data science. Kindly advise. I don't know where I can start advising. I don't know what you have done. Is it just you're starting your career? Have you done a course in that area before? I don't have much context. So I might not be of much help. Join the community, send me a private message. We can talk there. Is that okay? Hi, interested with the work for the care. Be blessed. Okay, thank you for blessing me, and you're interested with this work. Oh, you're interested with this work for care. Be blessed. Okay, I'm not so sure what it means, but thank you for your comment. Which department can someone who pursue diplomacy and international relation can look for volunteering job? I don't know offhand, but I'm sure like policy thing. If I can remember what was there for children, is it Save the Children? They had a diplomacy they had a department in policy and something. But we can do a research for you, but I don't want to do it here live. But yes, I can see like that was the last question. As anyone else post, let me try and see if I can go back to that slide. Yeah. Hey, just a minute. Let me stop sharing here. Let me try and see if I can get back to that slide. Okay. Now look here. There are several ways. Actually, that course is very relatable with NGOs, yeah, and especially the UN. I can be sure there is a place for you there. Now, with that, this probably would work for you. So advocacy, campaigns and policies, probably here would be a good place. A program development and quality, that can also be a space that you can be. Our monetary evaluation, yeah. If I look at, okay, let me look even for advocacy. That would be part of it. Another one here, I can see there's, which part here? This education, emergency, faith, disaster, international. There might be some international things, yeah. But when you look at, go to the UN and actually look at any of these programs, which one would best fit you with that kind of experience? I'm sure you will get one. Is that okay? One more question here before I close it, and I can see, yeah, our time is up. Daniel, what is the best way to reach you? How long does it take to revamp a CV? Send me first your CV for review. Write this down. careerpoint.co.ke/CV review. Once you give us a go ahead and you pick a package, within 24 hours, your CV should be ready. The best way to contact me, you can be able to send me an email, daniel@careerpoint.co.ke. You can join our Telegram group, get my number and give me a call, or you can also join on WhatsApp, though the group is limited. Sometimes it's full, sometimes it's not, but I can assure you with Telegram, you will get my number and get in touch with me. I think that has been my time. I really appreciate. Thank you very much for joining me today. in the next 5 minutes, I like just to know, what was your greatest takeaway? Let me know in the chat. What was your greatest takeaway? I will be reading your great takeaways as I finish, and maybe read 2 or 3 more comments coming in. Otherwise, it has been a great day, great training. I really appreciate you coming in, joining me this live presentation. As I said, every Thursday, 7:30 East African time, we'll be here. You've come in late, don't worry, you can watch the replay later on. So let me know, what would you say is your greatest takeaway from this session? I would really love to know what is your greatest takeaway as I read them and say thank you very much. By the way, don't forget, jump onto my LinkedIn channel, Daniel Mutuku, subscribe, press the bell button to get to know each and every time you're going live, and any other videos that I do upload, I'll be happy to serve you wherever you are. Oh, on LinkedIn. Oh, I forgot even to come and read comments on LinkedIn. That's why sometimes I say if it doesn't show up, it can be tricky, and I'm happy. The comment coming in, thank you very much. It was informative. I'll definitely do some courses and volunteer work. I really appreciate. Join me. By the way, drop me an email or join the group, and then we can talk. We can side chat. When can you start? Can we extend the offer for you so that you sign up for one course and you get the other one absolutely free? Yeah, I'm sure that will be of value. Christine, I really appreciate that. My greatest takeaway is how to communicate your value. Yes, you have a lot of value, and I have talked to so many people, and I can tell you they have a lot to bring on board, but it is how you communicate it that really, really matters. I can see on LinkedIn, now I'm trying to read now on LinkedIn, Saira Barnabas is talking about security management position. You have seen there's a security department in Save the Children, so you can still get a job there. I missed your email address, please add it. That is Jane Nakato on LinkedIn is my email here. Let me pick it again. Hopefully you get it now, yeah? Daniel@careerpoint.co.ke. Who else? Edna Rono. Do NGOs hire people who have previously been dismissed from their jobs? Yes. Sometimes you don't need even to mention that. It is when you're able to show them that you can come in and help them do what they're looking for. So Edna Rono on LinkedIn, I can see that. Thank you. Kindly repeat how to send CV for review. That is Clement Cheriot on LinkedIn. This is how you send your CV for review. Take a screenshot or just write that, careerpoint.co.ke/CV review, or just drop me an email. I'll be able to get it. Tony Cherono. A quick question. I studied for an economic degree, but I got a job as a mining engineer. I self-studied land from my superiors, and I'm extremely good at it. How do I frame that in my CV? Send me your CV. I will tell you how we go about it. Is that okay? So thank you very much, Tony Cherono. Clipboard, I can see. Thank you. Okay, so much going on LinkedIn. It's much easier when you are on YouTube or Facebook. I can pull the comments, but I am grateful for that. I think I read how you communicate your value. Doreen, you're saying find out what I have plus what is needed. Thank you so much. That was your greatest takeaway. I think that has been it. I really appreciate your time joining me and learning. See me or see you in our community on WhatsApp and Telegram. Until next time, I would say, as always, I'm out.